Oh, so there's talk about you running for office with Howard Stern.
Well, I've made that statement. If I did run, I would want Howard as my running mate.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that before. That would be wild.
But it's not a joke. It's for real if I do it.
Oh, I know. He's popular on the East Coast. He's very popular all over.
No, that isn't the reason either. Howard has the most powerful radio show in America, and he wouldn't have to come off the air.
It is powerful. I've been on it and experienced it. It is big.
Well, here's the deal. See, when I ran for governor of Minnesota, I was doing talk radio in Minnesota. I had to lose my job. I had to be suspended without pay and taken off the air because of FCC regulations.
That's right. Violate your First Amendment. Stay there, Governor. Final segment with Jesse Ventura. Man, the time went quick. We'll talk about the lawsuit and politics straight ahead. Stay with us. All right, final segment with Jesse Ventura. And he was dropping bombshells on me during the break about Howard Stern. They're serious about running for president. We're going to talk about this in just a moment. You'll find out more coming up next Wednesday when he goes on Howard's show. But the issue here, and I know you didn't want to talk about it, but I'll try to get into it right now. I know the inside baseball, but it's even been in the news, but back of the paper. Jesse Ventura, they lied and said that he said he's glad Navy SEALs died and that he got beat up, and there's no witnesses. And he says, okay, I'm going to retract this lawsuit. They won't retract. He sues and says, I'm going to keep suing till you admit that it isn't true. No money, just admit. Then they won't do that. Then Chris Kyle sadly is killed. Then the media says Jesse Ventura is suing a widow. She has insurance. It's News Corp. It's the book. He's the one that's been defamed here. And it's a hoax that he's going after a woman. They have these fundraisers and all this for her because the meanie Ventura is trying to hurt her. It's not true, folks. And she has not lost anything and will lose nothing because there's insurance through News Corp. So the issue here is they've run a hoax. So briefly, it makes me mad, Governor, and you told me off here that the lawsuit's going well.
Yeah, it's going well. Here's the deal with the wife. The wife chose to be the executor of the estate, and she knew full well that this lawsuit was pending with the estate. She didn't have to be the executor. You could get a lawyer to do that. You could get a friend, an uncle, anybody. She made a choice to interject herself into this lawsuit by becoming the executor of the estate. And I'm not going against her. I'm going against a massive insurance companies. I'm the little guy here. And it's cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars, and people are telling me I should drop it.
Oh, you told me the number. It's huge.
Who's going to pay me back well over $250,000 that this has cost me?
And you gave him the chance.
You clear my name of a fraudulent, fabricated story that never occurred, and that's the bottom line. This has never been about money. I've got my own money. This has never been about money. But if the other side will not admit to the fabrication, well, then money's the only thing that talks at that point. I've been damaged.
By the way, I called you on Skype in Mexico to give you the bad news, and you almost didn't believe me, and we're shaken. And it's wrong to do things to people like this, to try to destroy you so you can't run for president. Now, shifting gears in the 2 minutes we've got left, tell me about the Howard Stern situation.
Well, Howard and I floated it by him, and he had some interest in it from the time we were there, and we got Howard twinkle in his eye, and he said it might, this and that, and I'll be out there on Wednesday. And so Wednesday I'm going to point blank him and say, Howard, I can't do it without you because there's certain things I need from Howard to make this successful, and one of the things is I despise raising the money, the bribing of the officials and all that. And if I had someone like Howard, how much money could Howard raise with his radio show? And I don't even want to know about it.
And it's not FCC regulated.
Well, and it certainly wouldn't be packing special interest money. You just make an appeal to everyday citizens. Well, that's what it's supposed to be in the first place.
He could probably raise $100 million, and then it wouldn't be beholden to be individual donations. And XM Sirius is not under FCC regulations, so he could keep his show while he ran for office.
Absolutely. There's always a method to my madness. There's a reason reason I choose to do things like I do, and I usually think them out pretty well. And, you know, and believe me, Howard's a very intelligent man, and, you know, people know him as the shock jock, but there's other sides to Howard Stern, not just the performing side. Remember that, you know, all of us perform. People that are in the media industry, we all turn it on and off like we do a light. When it's time to perform, you perform. When it's time not
Absolutely. Thank you, Governor.